In this video, we'll go ahead with how to construct a cycloid when it rolls for some distance on horizontal. A circle is rolling on a horizontal plane for some distance. After that, it has to roll on an inclined plane. How much inclination is that? It may be 30 degrees with the horizontal, or it may be 60 degrees with the horizontal, or it is going to roll 90 degrees with the horizontal. So in this situation, how we have to construct it, we'll go ahead. Now in this, first of all, let us consider a circle rolls half revolution on horizontal and another half revolution on inclined. That inclination may be 30 degrees or 60 degrees or 90 degrees or 120 degrees or 150 degrees. Don't ask for 180 degrees. If it is 180 degrees, however it is, the same reverse curve we will get. So we can't able to get a new curve. So these are the possible angles. So all these things, where the change will come, we'll discuss in the drawing. So in this case, for example, in our problem, let us consider we are going to consider as 30 mm. Remember, for 30 mm only I am giving the calculation. If the radius is 25, you have to change according to that. Don't remember these numericals while drawing it. So 30 mm I am taking in this problem. So once it is a 30 mm, how much length we have to consider for half revolution? Directing line length, how much we have to take? How much length? Tell me. Half revolution. How much? No. So in terms of R you gave.
3.14 into 3.14 into 30.
Yeah, that is pi r we have to take it. For one revolution, it is 2 pi r. For half revolution, it is pi r. So how much is the value for pi r? So that is going to be 94.2 mm. Therefore, we are going to take 94 as the directing line. First of all, we will complete how we have to proceed for half revolution. So for horizontal, the circle is rolling for half revolution on a horizontal. So the length of this particular directing line is pi r. I am not giving the dimension here. As per the dimension only I was considered. But how much is this particular length? This is going to be pi r length because it is half revolution. So we have to write it as pi r. In this problem, I got it as 94.2. So once this is the case, the circle is rolling in a clockwise direction. And we are going to consider the point P is the contact point at the initial position. Now, how we have to give the numbering? Whenever it is rolling like this, assume this is P. Once it is rolls, P will move to the next position to here. So this will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This will become 12. Now after that, directing line, we have to divide it into 6 parts only. Why it is 6? Length is pi r. Why it is 6?
Half revolution.
Half revolution. So only 6 points will touch the ground. So we have to take only 6 points on it. Their locus of their centers are C1, C2, C3, C4 and so on. Now in order to get the path for half revolution, what I have to do? We have to draw a parallel line to the directing line at 1. At 2, it will pass through 10. At 3 is not necessary to draw because it is already coincide with locus of center. At 4 we have to draw the parallel line, it will pass through 8. At 5 we have to draw parallel line, it will pass through 7. At 6 also we have to draw the parallel line. After completing this, we have to take CP as radius, means rolling circle length as radius. So this is the rolling circle radius, CP as radius. C1 as center, we have to draw the arc on the locus of 1. Here also we have the confusion. Sir, we have to draw the arc here or here. First position is correct or second position is correct? Actually, here first position is correct, second is wrong. Why? Because for the mean position, this is the line, this is the mean position. For the mean position, one is on left or right? Left. Therefore, from the C1, we have to draw the arc on the left side. We have to draw the arc on the left side only. So, this is my P1. Now, C2 as center, we have to draw the arc on the second locus. So, this is my P2. C3 as center, we have to draw. So, this is my P3. Now similarly C4 as center, all the places we have to cut the arcs on the left only, but C6 is going to touch us exactly at the top because it is the topmost point, it will touch us. So by joining all these as a smooth curve, we will get the locus of P for off revolution. Locus of P for off revolution. So this is the cycloid for off revolution. Now remaining of what we have to do? For knowing the remaining of, first of all we have to construct the circle and we have to get the various points over it. So here take C6 as center, construct the circle here. Take C6 as center, draw the circle. So after drawing the circle, here I am going to give the hint to get 12 points. We have to get 12 points, we have to divide it. So there is no need to struggle a lot to get 12. How, sir? So here this is your 6th point now. P is previously here. Now P reaches to this location now. Now the P is here, that is P6. Now it is also rolling. So for that we have to divide first circle into 12 parts. What all are those 12 parts? So either you may go ahead with dividing into 12 parts by using compass, or otherwise the straight and little bit easier one is, so here we have to draw it like this, and how to divide them into 12 parts. So no need to divide it, simply wherever it touches the circle, these parallel lines, those are the points which will divide them into 12 equal parts. So no need to divide it again, these are the points. If you want to check it out, if you want to again you try to verify it, wherever these lines will touch us, those points you can able to get the those points can able to divide the circle into 12 equal parts. So we know that once if it is rolling for off revolution, it is the touching point, with reference to this it is rolling. So after off revolution, if it is moving on 30 degrees, what will happen? This contact point will lose the contact, and this point will gain the contact, and then it is rolling like this if it is 30. Similarly, if it is 60 degrees, this point is losing the contact, this point will have the contact, and then it is rolling. And if it is 90 degrees, this contact point will lose the contact with the directing line, and this point will be in contact with the directing line. After that it is going to be rolls. So in this case, first of all we have to know which point we have to take for proceed for the next off revolution. So in 90 degrees case we have to consider this, and then we have to rotate this one. So how to start my next revolution point from this? So that we will know it from the diagram. So we have to decide from which point we have to draw the directing line after inclination. So if it is 30 degrees, where from directing line will start, we should know. So for that, sir, this is the point. If it is moving horizontally, this is the directing line. If it is not making inclination, if it is horizontal, this is the line. So once if it is 30 degrees, we should not draw 30 degrees here. It will obstacle this circle. Then where we have to draw these? Very simple. Now the circle is divided into how many parts? 12 parts. 360 divided by 12 is equal to how much? 30 degrees. each division is 30 degrees. So once it is a 30 degrees, you have to consider this is your reference line. From this point, we have to draw the directing line. First division itself. So once if it is a 60 degrees, what should we do? Sir, 30 plus 30, 60. This is your reference line. With reference to this, you have to draw the directing line. Understood? Now once if it is 90 degrees, sir, from here 30, 60, 90, this is the point. With reference to this, you have to draw the directing line. This is the starting for directing, and we have to take pi r from here. In this case, this is the starting, and this length we have to consider it as pi r. If it is a 30 degrees case, this length we have to consider as pi r. Is it clear to you? So depending upon the angle, we have to choose which point we have to consider for the starting of directing. Very simple. Again, I am going to give clearly. Observe. If this is a circle and it is divided into 12 parts, and what we have to do, we have to start your directing line. For half revolution, you have to take pi r length. So from which point you have to take? If it is 30 degrees, we have to start like this. You have to make, this is your reference center line. So from here we have to take pi r length. This is pi r length. From here it is pi r length. So once if it is a 60 degrees, so 30, it is 60. So for this you have to draw a perpendicular to it. This is the directing line. This is your pi r length. No, once if it is given 90 degrees, for 60 degrees is this. Once if it is a 90 degrees, with reference to this, we have to draw the directing line. This length should be pi r. So like this, we have to decide which point we are going to consider for starting off directing line. Now among these three, 30, 60, 90, which one you want? According to that, I will construct it. Which angle can I take it?
60.
So you want theta. If it is 60 degrees, how we have to construct it? We will go ahead with that. Now for 60 degrees, what I have to do? For 30 degrees, this is the reference point. For 60 degrees, this is the reference point. For that, first of all, make the drafter parallel to this 60 degrees line. Now it is okay. Tighten this. From here, we have to draw the directing line. This is your new directing line for 60 degrees. This is the directing line for 60 degrees. Now, this is your wish. If you are going to consider this is 6, this will become 7. Some people, what they will do is, they will consider this is P. Means they are going to consider it as a new problem, and they will consider it as P naught. Then it is P1. So which one can I take it? Can I take it as a P6 only? Then your 7 is going to be here 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is enough here. Now what I have to do now? So after knowing this, we have to draw the locus of the center. How it is? Locus of the center is always parallel to the directing line. Now this is the directing line. Now we have to draw parallel to these. This is the locus of the center. Again, what I have to do? We have to draw one acute angle line, and we have to divide it into 6 equal parts. So it is going to take some lengthy procedure. So the shortcut is also there. What it is? We are already divided the directing line of pi r into 6 parts. So we know how much is the length for each division. So take this particular length as radius, C to C1 as radius, C to C1 as radius. Okay, C to C1 as radius, C6 as center, draw the arc C7, C8, C9, C10, C11, C12. Now we have to give the names as this is C7, C8, C9, C10, C11, C12. After getting this, what we need to do? After finding out the locuses here, then what I have to do? Draw the parallel lines to the directing line at 7, 8, 9, all those things. Sir, at 7 already there. At 8 we have to draw the parallel line to the directing line. At 8 we have to draw the parallel line to the directing line. So this is the line for 8. At 9 this is going to be the line. At 10, but 11 and 12 is already came. There is no need to draw it. So for 7 already there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All these points we draw on the parallel lines. What is the next step? What we have to do next? Taking CP as radius, rolling circle radius as radius. Now it is C7. C7 as center. Draw the arc on the 7th line. So whether it is on the right side or left side, that is the confusion for us. So for that, sir, this is the directing line, this is the reference. So 7 is upward or downside? Upside. So with C7 as center, we should not draw the arc on the downside, we should draw the arc on the upside. So this is going to be the point. C8 as center, we have to draw upside or downside? Upside. This is C9 as center, we have to draw the arc on the upside only. This is downside, this is upside. C10 as center, if you draw it, it will exactly touches this. Or observe why it is touches exactly bottom. Here 10th point is in contact with the directing line, that's why it is touching here. C11 as center, we have to draw the arc on the upside or downside? Upside is wrong. Why, sir? This is my directing line, this is my center line reference. So up 7, 8, 9 are upside, 11, 12 are on downside. Therefore, we should not, with C11 as center, we should not draw upside, we should draw on the downside. C12 as center, we should draw arc on the downside. Is it clear to all of you? Don't blindly go ahead with the positions. So like this we have to consider. So from these we need to join all these points. 7th point curve is this. So we have to join these points as a smooth curve. Then it is going to raises like this. Now we have to make with a HB as dark. This is the locus. That's why we have to make it as dark. This is the curve. When it rolls for half revolution on horizontal, half revolution on 60 degrees incline. So in the problem they gave 60 degrees now. That's why we have to give that information how it is. So extend the directing line. And here we have to clearly mention that this angle is 60 degrees. And for half revolution we said, so for that don't write half revolution, simply we have to give the information as pi r. Pi r means it is a half revolution. This is half revolution. Is it clear? We have to make it as an arrowhead and we have to mention it as pi r is equal to, for this problem it is 92.4. If the radius is given as different, then we have to consider according to that. So this is the way how we have to proceed, and here also we have to show direction of rotation. This is the way how we have to construct a cycloid when rolls on a horizontal for half revolution and remaining half revolution on the vertical or inclined or any angle it was provided. This is your question. Now here I am going to give one question in the video. Whoever knows the answer, send it directly to me or it is in the comment box. So if rolls half revolution on horizontal and half revolution on 45 degrees inclined, how we have to solve this problem? Once it is 45 degrees inclined, how should we solve this problem? If it is 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, we know, just now we did. But once if it is given as 45 degrees, how should we solve this? This is your question.